Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 37 of the Dragon Radar podcast. We are your hosts, Heeroh and Ajoten. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well. Ready and rearing to go for episode 37 and another discussion.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And we should mention first, yes, we had a 1 week break. Yeah.
How dare.
I know, how dare we have the first break since January. But yeah, we had a break. We're in the middle of trying to think of some new things that we can do on the channel because, it's beginning to get a bit harder to think of categories and things that we can talk about because there's no new content really. So we're trying to mix things up. We'll slowly be introducing some changes to the channel here and there, including one in this very podcast, which we'll get to in the Hall of Fame segment. But let's begin. So let's jump straight in with Roshi's rant.
Cool.
This is Roshi's rant.
So this is Roshi's rant, the first segment of the podcast where we deep dive into a particular topic regarding Dragon Ball. And this week we're talking about the Dragon Balls, and we've complained in the past plenty of times about how they're just a plot device and how if someone dies it means nothing. So today we're going to be talking about what if you could only be revived once? How could things change and that type of thing? What if you could only be revived one more time going forward? That type of thing. Talking about a bit of everything.
Finally.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a bit confused when writing the notes. I wrote it as what could happen going forward, like from the start. So once you die, they come back once, and then that's it going forward. How can things change? And Ajoten, you kind of wrote going forward, if they died, they can only be revived one more time. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So we're going to talk about both, I guess. So should we go how the story changes first? The stuff that I wrote down? Yeah.
So we'll start with yourself, because I always tend to go first. So we'll go with you for once.
Yeah. All right. So I wrote down a list of every time people were revived by the Dragon Balls, I guess. So we'll talk about how the story changes going forward and the consequences that happen because of it. So the first time anyone's brought back to life is Upa's dad during OG Dragon Ball. He dies and they wish for him to come back to life, which has zero consequence on anything because he's never mentioned after that anymore. So that's a fair one, I guess. He's back alive and can live with Upa going forward. Fair enough. No change there. So this is the only one on the list, from what I can tell, that doesn't have any consequence at all. Everyone else going forward, yes, there is a consequence. So the next people...
I think that's more the fact to do with really that from this, basically the point in the show that from Z, the majority of those characters from original Dragon Ball are redundant.
Kind
Sadly.
of. Yeah. that pretty much is
they've
it.
carried over like Krillin and Goku. Sadly, those main characters, those older characters are redundant, which is the sad part.
Yeah, because...
Even for a little launch.
Yeah, such a shame. But there is only one other time in OG Dragon Ball where the Dragon Balls are used to revive someone. And that was when they were wished for everyone that was killed by Piccolo and his sons to come back to life. So that was random Earth people and Krillin. Krillin came back to life. That changes a lot going forward. Yeah, because I think this is an unavoidable one. Krillin, if he's going to come back to life, this is the time to do it. You know, because he was the secondary main, and without him, it'll be Goku, Bulma, Yamcha as the main three. I don't know. You need Krillin. He needed to come back to life.
I think they would have jumped the gun and assumed it would have been fine. Goku was kind of like he was so close to Krillin. He had the rage of how much he missed Krillin. He would have seen it as thought, there's no reason for me not to bring Krillin back.
Yeah,
I have this to do. Why wouldn't I do it? Basically, like, what am I going to do? Wait and not do it?
Yeah.
So it's basically like, if I don't do it now, he's going to stay dead. So I might as well just do it.
Exactly. And this
is going to bring him back.
This is during the stage before space monkeys and aliens as well. So
exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Not going to be thinking about Freezer, is he?
No, exactly. But going forward, though, that means if Krillin was killed, well, is still killed by Frieza, that's it. And then he's dead for good. And then 18 gets killed because someone else would push the button to disarm her, which means Cell doesn't go perfect.
There would be no hesitation. Whoever was given that responsibility would not have the empathy / crush.
Potentially Bulma. I'm thinking who could it be? And I'm thinking it's got to be Bulma or Roshi. And they could potentially make it work with Roshi getting all hot and sweaty over 18. Yeah. But otherwise...
There would be a lot of people that could still do it. I mean, who was alive at the time? Yamcha? Was Yamcha there?
Yamcha is on Roshi's island at the time, watching things.
Yamcha could have done it just as easily, couldn't he?
Yeah, I guess they could have.
Could have done it.
Yeah, they could have done the story.
Only pressing a button. I mean,
But then they could have done the story with 18 and Yamcha being the new power couple. That would have been interesting. It also kind of makes sense though, because Yamcha was kind of looking for a girlfriend. He was shy of girls, and then overcame that fear with Bulma, and then blah blah blah.
18 would keep Yamcha alive.
Yeah, but people thought that about Krillin. To be fair, Krillin's not exactly the big manly man that people expect to handle 18. But you know,
true.
So Yamcha and 18, interesting.
But would Yamcha have hesitated?
Well, he's shy of girls, so if she turns on the charm, potentially.
But Krillin didn't hesitate because of charm or anything like that. He hesitated. Let's be generous and say he hesitated out of empathy.
Yeah, maybe.
Would Yamcha have hesitated for that reason?
No, but Yamcha hasn't killed anyone. So the fact that he has to push a button and kill someone that he can see right in front of him, that might have played on him.
Was Tien fighting Cell at the time?
Yeah.
When Krillin.
Tien was around with Vegeta and Trunks, yeah.
So it couldn't have been Tien at the time, could it? Because Tien would not have hesitated. He would have immediately blew her to bits.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't have cared.
So basically, it would have I pretty much think it would have had to have been Yamcha.
Yeah.
He was the only other option.
Yeah, it had to have been Yamcha or Bulma. I can see it being Bulma as well, because she made it. And then if there was no one to give it to, she would have just flown down, I guess, to do it herself. Which...
Yamcha could have just carried her, really. Or been a ship.
Yeah. So I could see Bulma doing it. I don't think she would have really hesitated much either.
I think they would have just done it the same way they did it with Krillin, but just carried. I think they would have just given it Yamcha and just said, Yamcha, you go do it.
Yeah.
If they're gonna send Krillin flying over, then they would have just Yamcha, you can fly as well, so you go fly over and do it.
Yeah.
I think they would have sent. So the same plot device would have happened. It's just would he have been able to do it? I think they would have followed the exact same plot themes.
Who knows? But it could have been Yamcha and 18. It could have been what I would have loved to have seen.
I think they could have. I think they would have been able to follow the exact same plot story that they followed with Krillin.
Yeah,
and they could have got away with it.
Yeah, they could have, definitely. Which means not too much changes. I don't think anything really changes in the Buu arc because of Krillin. So, yeah, we're relatively safe there. But since this is a long list, I want to kind of get through it in a reasonable amount of time. So,
I think in Super, though, I don't think Krillin does anything for the most part.
No, not really. He could have been replaced by Yamcha in the Tournament of Power as well, because they would have made Yamcha slightly more important since Krillin's not around, and Yamcha then being Goku's oldest male friend. So, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Sadly, Krillin is replaceable.
Yeah. Sorry, Krillin. But yes, the next revival is Goku before the Saiyan invasion. He comes back to life because Piccolo Pew Pew Special Beam Cannon kills him and Raditz, and then he's brought back to life to take on Vegeta and Nappa.
100% necessary, can't be avoided, must be done.
Yes, which means this has the biggest takeaways, I think, because Cell, Goku dies facing Cell, he blows himself up, and then, yeah, the main character is gone. Can't come back to life to help with Boo at all. And I think that's the end of Dragon Ball, because Boo will blow up the world, and there's no Vegito. Vegeta's probably just Margin the whole time, and then, yeah, that's it. Everyone dies. The end. I think that this one's unavoidable. What else? If Goku does the ultimate sacrifice and, gets himself killed by Cell blown up, then that's it.
Now, I think so. Are we staying with the rules of different sets of Dragon Balls? Doesn't matter what set of Dragon Balls. It's a Dragon Ball. All the dragons are together, and it's like, sorry, doesn't matter what dragon. They're all friends, and they're just like, no, my mate, that dragon revived you, so I won't do it either. Like, they're all buddies. It doesn't matter.
I did write down 2 separate lists for Shenron and Porunga.
Yeah. And even the Super Dragon Balls, they're just like, no, Shenron, he's my little buddy. He did it. I won't do it either. Like,
yeah, I think there could have been a rule where it's like, oh, we know he has died once before, and unfortunately, we can't bring him back because he's already been brought back once.
Yeah. Because like these are the Super Dragon Balls. It's like they're not capable of anything, but they're just like, no, we have a sacred dragon rule, and it's just like, I will not betray that rule. Screw you.
I don't know. How do you want to look at it?
I think we should stick with the rule. I think there should be a sacred dragon rule, because that is a cheap. Because again,
they would just make more and more Dragon Balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it removes the consequence.
Yep.
So I think it should be. I think what would have to happen is, technically, yes, that's the end. It's over. We lose. Vegeta's not strong enough to do it. They would have to either change it so that they would allow Goku to stay longer from Otherworld,
or they follow through with Gohan becoming main character, and then he continues training, and then him and Vegeta maybe fuse.
Yeah, he doesn't do the stupid thing that he always does when he becomes the savior, and he gets stupidly cocky, and he gets absolutely and he just messes up. Because every time he becomes super strong, he gets cocky and he messes up.
Yeah,
he did it with Cell. He did it with Boo. He started doing it against Cell Max. He started enjoying himself too much, and Piccolo was like, pay attention, he's gonna blow up the world.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, I'm enjoying myself, I should probably kill you.
Yep.
He did, but Piccolo still had to shout him down. Like, he enjoys himself too much, he enjoys the power way too much, and he does it every single time. And it's like, you're gonna get everybody killed eventually.
Yeah.
Like, he's done it I don't think there's a single time when he's not done it. Like, he's supposed to be this apparently stupidly powerful person, and he's just he's just gonna get every time he messes it up.
Yeah. So in this case, I kind of see him turning into the same personality he has as Future Gohan, where he's like, no nonsense, let's finish the job. But now he has 2 arms. So yeah, and he's more powerful, I guess, as well. He'll be more powerful in the Future Gohan that we have seen going forward if he continues training after Cell. Yeah,
I think he would become a lot more of a bitter person for it. I think it would become. Yeah, I think it would change him drastically,
because he knows
he would stop being the happy-go-lucky kid, and because when Goku died, obviously it had an impact on him before he realized the Dragon Balls were a thing. Like he was very upset like, and he felt it was his fault.
Yeah.
And that would have a massive like PTSD effect for him.
Yeah, because
forever.
He'll realize
it was his fault. It was 100% his fault because he again toyed with Cell and he didn't finish it when he should have. It was his fault. He was on a power trip.
Yeah. And you'll realize that there's no one else to actually protect the world now because Goku's gone, so it has to be him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Vegeta's there, but Vegeta's Vegeta, so, you know, it kind of falls on Gohan.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that the Boo issue would have never been an issue because when Goku died to Cell, Gohan never became that cocky idiot, and he became super strong. So it could have morphed the story into the fact that Gohan never became that idiot. He already became much, much stronger.
Yeah.
And he already got to a point where he surpassed what Goku ever could have been because he embraced that potential. And so he flew past what Goku ever could have been because that was what he should have been.
Yeah.
Arguably. Because Toriyama said if Gohan trained, he is the strongest fighter.
Yeah.
They were his specific words. He is the strongest fighter if he trained, which is what he arguably would have done if he embraced it. So Boo would have never been a problem because
potentially not.
Trunks slaughtered Boo when he knew it was a problem in advance. So Gohan could have done exactly the same.
Yeah. So maybe the world would have been fine after all.
Yeah. So yeah, if Gohan knew in advance, like if Gohan embraced it, you might not need a Goku.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Well, be simple as that.
Yeah. Next on the list, we're moving over to Namek here, and it's the first revival by Purunga, where Dende wishes for Piccolo to come back to life, so then Earth's Dragon Balls are fine again. Because obviously Piccolo dies because of Nappa, and that's one of the reasons why they go to Namek in the first place, because they hear there's more Dragon Balls over there. So, yeah, Piccolo comes back to life, and luckily, that's kind of his only death, sort of, kind of. So,
yeah,
nothing really changes.
Everyone thinks he dies to what do you call him? Lord of Hell, begins with the D.
Ibura.
Yeah,
but he doesn't stone.
Because apparently he can turn to stone, fall over, break into pieces, and then magically come back to life.
Yeah.
Although he never does that again.
Yeah.
Like he shatters into pieces.
Technically, you know, Piccolo does regrow body parts, so if he's not, he regenerates. So I guess if he's not completely wiped out, then he's fine.
Why is he so fragile everywhere else, though?
It's just his arm. He can regrow arms, but that's about it. Yeah, I don't think this changes much, to be honest.
No.
Yeah,
no,
so
because they have to kind of protect Piccolo because of his importance and link to the Dragon Balls. He's Kami, basically.
Yeah.
So the story, he has plot armor. Quite a lot of plot armor in Dragon Ball, so it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's fine.
Yep. So after that, next people brought back is everyone who died on Namek, who were killed by Frieza and his men, which means Vegeta comes back to life. So again, this doesn't really change much because that's Vegeta's kind of only death. So everything going forward after that would still happen the same as. No real problems.
He died twice. When Boo destroys the world.
That's why I said kind of. But that's kind of everyone in that one. So, yeah. But up until then, nothing really changes. So I think we're safe on that one. Next, Purunga is used again to revive Krillin, then Yamcha, then Tien, then Chaozu. Well, Krillin and Yamcha first, and then like a year later, Tien and Chaozu. So, yeah, apart from Krillin, who would have died earlier, everything's kind of fine for Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu on this one. So, not horrible. This is during the Cell arc. Yes, correct? No, because they're fighting the Ginyu Force.
None of them die? No, I don't think.
Yeah, they're fighting the Ginyu Force up in King Kai's planet.
Yeah, so, they're just chilling.
Yeah,
they're not doing anything.
Then they're
They're
brought
kind of
back to
redundant.
life. Yeah.
No.
But then after that, they don't really die again, so everything continues. Well, actually, Yamcha gets a hole through the chest from Gero.
I don't know how he doesn't die to that, by the way. That is
Yeah.
the most... I genuinely... We had a discussion about this, I think, about a year ago, and I was convinced he died.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous that I forgot he didn't die.
Yeah, actually, I thought there for a second he died, but no, he didn't. He did survive. So yeah, that nothing changes there. Everything still happens the same. There's just no Krillin. Krillin stays dead forever. R.I.P. Next up on the revival list is everyone killed by Cell. This happens at the end of the Cell arc, which means Trunks comes back to life, but that's fine.
That's future Trunks, isn't it?
Yeah. Goku, however, doesn't.
We've addressed that.
Yeah, we've addressed that. So he's already...
Does future Trunks die at any other point? Not that we're aware of.
Not that we're aware of, no. I don't think so.
Because he doesn't die to Goku Black or anything like that.
No, so he's fine.
No,
he's safe.
Fine and dandy.
Yeah, there's just the humans who would have died from Piccolo and Sons. If they also died because of Cell, then they're not coming back.
So unless one of them cures a miraculous disease or something like that we're not aware of.
Imagine that though. Imagine if Piccolo kills you and then later on Cell absorbs you as well. You just say, "Oh, come on!"
This is on foot. I'm moving out of West City.
Yeah.
Dangerous place to be.
There's potential a few humans didn't make it back from that one. But next up is everyone that's killed by Majin Vegeta. Which again, a couple of humans, imagine being killed by Piccolo and then Cell and then Majin Vegeta as well because you're just watching a World Martial Arts tournament. There's a chance, but...
Otherwise, just unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, but everyone killed by Majin Vegeta, that's just humans, pretty much. No one else. Yeah. So we're all good there, apart from the potential few humans. And then finally, during the Boo arc, everyone... everyone. Oh yeah, everyone. So yeah, that's the big one because if Boo ends up destroying the world, then that's the end. R.I.P.
So basically, everybody fights. Then everyone dies. Boo comes to Otherworld. They fight. They kill Boo because Goku can fight and everything like that. So Boo still dies. That's fine.
Yep.
I would argue Gohan's a lot stronger. Although you could look at it two ways. So maybe that's never happened in the first place because Gohan's a lot stronger and has killed Boo already. So you could argue that's never happened in the first place. Let's say, for argument's sake, that it does happen. Then, to be quite frank, nobody leaves Otherworld. Everybody stays dead because Piccolo's dead, and therefore the Dragon Balls don't exist.
Yeah,
wish them back. So there's no Earth's Dragon Balls. So unless the Namekians come and wish the Earthlings back
somehow,
well,
I don't know how they would find out about it
because Piccolo can't be wished back. So Earth's Dragon Balls are gone forever,
unless they revive Dende to create new ones.
But he's not been made Earth's Guardian yet, has he?
During the Boo arc? Is he not?
When is he made?
I thought it was during the Cell arc. Yeah. Oh, at the end of the Cell arc. That's
he's done it. Yeah, actually, he's made during Z. Yeah, he's made the Guardian during Z.
Yeah, so they could bring Dende back to life.
Dende dies prior, does he?
Yeah,
that's his first. That would be his first death.
Yeah, so could do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Piccolo stays dead.
Yeah.
Gohan can come back. There are some people who could come back, so you would have an Earth's protector.
There would be Gohan, Bulma, Roshi. Everyone else has kind of died at least once. Chi-Chi.
How has Roshi not died?
I have no idea. I guess he's never involved in a main fight. So
he is. He's fought Demon King Piccolo. Originally,
yeah, I guess so.
He's been in one of the big fights.
Yeah, but he never dies.
Absolute cheek.
Yeah,
Like,
but Roshi's around, Bulma, Gohan, Chi-Chi, and I think everyone else of the main cast is dead at this point.
pretty much, yeah. Basically, Trunks could come back, baby Trunks.
Yeah.
So
Goten as
basically,
well.
it would be up to It would be up to Gohan to basically create a new dragon team.
Yeah, pretty much all the Sun family's still alive apart from Goku. So yeah.
Goten will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it would be up to Gohan to train Trunks, Goten,
and that's it.
Which he could do. I think he'd be very capable of doing that.
Yeah. Pan as well, I guess. Actually, it depends if they went down the route. If Gohan's too busy defending Earth and everyone else is dying, would he have time for a kid?
He would have to train Videl. Videl would have to become a fighter.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe less likely they would have Pan. Who knows? If they're too busy saving the world, and why would they bench Videl during pregnancy and say, "Oh no, maybe let's just not have a kid right now"?
No, they would basically have to reform an entirely new dragon team.
Yeah.
From scratch because everybody's dead, or they would have to ask the Kais for some type of revival, the same way Whis can revive people.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is what I would assume they would go through the story, because at the end of Boo, you step into Super, which is when you start getting through revivals, such as Frieza.
Yeah,
Frieza got revived with just got a freebie.
Yeah,
didn't need a Dragon Ball, just got a freebie for being a good little boy in the Tournament of Power. No Dragon Ball required. So you could argue that they just turn around and say, Goku, you've been a good little boy all this time. You've earned it.
Potentially. Oh, imagine that though. They just bring back the entire team just because. Oh, they've been good.
Yeah. Well, all the sacrifices you've made. Is that really out of reach for them? No, it's not. You know it's not.
It's not.
Of course it's not.
All
the sacrifices you made over all these years.
All they would have to do to make it make sense as well is, Beerus wakes up. He's like, "Oh, I had these visions of this legendary Super Saiyan God person, blah blah." Like he does. He goes to Earth, and then once they get there, they see, wait, there's just Gohan. Where's everyone else?
I need more of you.
Yeah.
Make them alive. Whis, make them alive now.
Yeah, and then Gohan's just like, "Oh yeah, there was more powerful than me at the time, but they died not too long ago." And Beerus is like, "Yeah, Whis, bring them back." That's all they would have to do.
I can't be bothered to wait.
Yeah.
And he goes and gets them, brings them back. They're alive.
But I think if they did that, only Goku and Vegeta would come back. Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and the rest of them, Piccolo even, would stay dead.
You could literally go get like Raditz.
You could, yeah, potentially. But
you've got your 5.
Whatever. God. But yeah, imagine. That would be interesting. Yeah, because Raditz has never been brought back. He's technically allowed to be from the Dragon Balls.
Do they have to be pure-hearted Saiyans? I can't remember.
I can't remember. Well, I doubt it. Vegeta, is he fully pure heart? I don't think so.
You hate to admit it, but he is,
Well, he turned Margin because he wasn't fully pure. Yeah.
Well, no, that's why he needed Babidi though, because he couldn't. He couldn't do it himself.
Yeah, but
that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, the only other time people are brought back to life is during the Tournament of Power arc, when every other universe is brought back. But let's face it, our boys, our universe, they're not surviving. It would have been Gohan, Trunks, Goten, Videl, Master Roshi. Who's the other 5? Boo? If he somehow survives during this alternate timeline, Mr. Satan comes along. We still need 3 more.
Like Oob would eventually come back as well, be born, so they could go recruit Oob in the future.
Maybe if he's alive at this point. 17 and 18,
I suppose.
Yeah, 17 and 18 if they actually care at this point. But then, still one short, I think. Who would take that? They'll need someone.
That would actually be a really good fighting team.
Potentially, yeah. I don't think they would win it though.
No, they wouldn't win. Not a chance.
Who would they have as their last person? Mr. Popo? He can fight. He trained Goku. He's definitely not strong, but at this point, who else is there? Dende? Maybe, if they train him.
Dende just absolutely tearing up.
He'd be the team healer. You know, every game has a healer. It would be him. He's going around healing them.
I mean, he full on gave Vegeta a Zenkai, didn't he?
Yeah.
Zenkai ball.
I mean, if it's smart, why not? They can't use items to heal. So bring along Dende. Yes, he's not a fighter, but if anyone else gets in trouble, he just jumps in and is like, heal me. There we go. Why not?
Yeah, that could work. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Just like absolutely just Gohan and Jiren just both absolutely knackered. The last fighters, and Dende just zips in and full heals Gohan.
Yeah.
Win it.
Yeah. He could. Yeah. If somehow Dende hasn't been eliminated or targeted because people start realizing, like, hold on. Yeah, like, this guy keeps healing everyone. Let's team up and take him out. Yeah.
Jiren's just like, how are you still so like? Gohan's just like, I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah.
Jiren's just absolutely shattered.
Yeah. Interesting. But that's everyone who's brought back to life. I'm aware this segment's already running long, so going forward, if we were going the way that you planned this segment, then
I think we'll maybe look at mine another day if the segment's going long.
We can mention it briefly, I think. Since we did tease it, there's no point teasing it and then not mention it at all. So going forward, I guess, if everyone had... Okay, let's say if they die now, they can't be brought back. Yeah? Is that fair? Is that kind of how you did it?
To be honest, we've kind of covered it with yours, really, saying if they can't be brought back. Because we've said like what the story would impact, and it's like with Gohan having to become the savior. So I think we've kind of covered it by saying that.
Yeah.
Saying that like I think we kind of covered it, saying like Yamcha would have to be the one instead of Krillin, and Gohan would have to be the savior instead of Goku. So I think we've kind of accidentally covered it by saying that.
Yeah,
really.
Fair enough.
We're kind of saying like what the plot changes would have to be. So it's kind of like the consequences of the story. So it's basically what I was getting at. Is that the stories would have to change. And it's the same principle, and that would lead into Super. It's the exact same thing. Is the entire story, anything coming forward in Super 2 is basically they either have to do what they've done so far or get Whis to cheat.
Yeah, and it would be guesswork at that point. We know how the story goes with Z and OG at least, and Super, but going forward, it's guessing what would change. But yeah, I guess that wraps up the segment. We've probably missed a few important plot details, which if we have, let us know in the comments, because we've probably missed something and say, oh yeah, and then in the Cell arc this happens, and then that's the end. The world explodes.
Please tell us that Krillin is a lot more relevant than we remember.
Yeah, because I can't remember him doing much in the Buu.
He must be more relevant than that.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe the Spirit Bomb against Buu, but then again, they're already all dead because this is in the other world, so... But
yeah, like I'm sure he must have done more than that. But in Super, I'm sure he's done absolutely nothing in Super.
Nah, not really. He's been a policeman. But that's going to wrap up this segment, so let's move on now to the Hall of Fame.
Let's go.
And now it is time for the Hall of Fame.
And now it is time for the Hall of Fame. However, this is a very special Hall of Fame because it is in fact not the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
It is the results of the final Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. As stated at the start of the podcast, we're going to make some changes. So, Heeroh, you have the results of last week's Hall of Fame, which was the most anticipated moment in the return of Super. So Super 2, you could call it. And you voted for return of Frieza. so
Yep.
aka Black Frieza.
Mhm.
And I had the new Broly transformation. And the results are?
Yes, the results. The winner of the final Hall of Fame with 66% of the vote is Broly's new transformation. You got the win.
Yes.
In the final one.
So now we need to look at a full tally. And I'm guessing you collected them as well, because we need to see who's the overall winner.
Yeah, I thought we could just go through the list. I've written down the list of every Hall of Fame. You know, this is kind of like a look back. We're going to do a whole segment, a look back segment, going through all the Hall of Fame, see if we still agree with them and stuff. Because, like I said at the start of the podcast, it's becoming harder and harder to think of categories for this, and we're going to replace this segment, and we'll talk about that more at the end with what the new segment's going to be. But yeah, this is just going to be a look back on the first 36 Hall of Fames. The illustrious Dragon Radar Podcast Hall of Fame. So, let's just go from the start, I guess. Yeah. So, episode 1, the first episode, was Worst Transformation, and that was won by Third Form Frieza, which was me. That was my pick. So I took the lead in the first episode. I still agree with that. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
It is a shocking form, to be fair.
It is. Yeah, it's not great. Pointless, and that's why it won.
What was mine again?
I didn't write down all of the losing picks.
I'm trying to remember what mine was.
It's been a while now. It's January. Yeah, 36 episodes.
I think we'll remember as we get closer.
Unless
we're really bad contenders.
Yeah. But second one was Best Hairstyle in Dragon Ball, and the winning one was Super Saiyan Saiyaman, which was yours.
Yeah.
And I still disagree because Yamcha should have won that. I'm still bitter. He should have won. He does have the best hair, but it is what it is.
People have spoken.
Yeah. Episode 3 was Worst Movie Villain, and the winner was Lord Slug, which was my pick. Taking the lead once again, 2-1 now. I still agree with that. Lord Slug's pretty generic, and just Demon King Piccolo 2.0. Pretty much.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. He's very vague. He's just a big Hulk neck, isn't he?
Yeah. And then following that was Best Minion, which was the Cyberman, which was your pick. To draw it up 2-2. And
iconic.
Yeah, it was, and that was my own fault. I picked Nappa for that one. I remember, which Nappa kind of doesn't even really fit as a minion. Kind of, I think I phrased it as like being Vegeta's minion, but Cyberman's still one. Yeah, he's more of a sidekick. Didn't really count, but Cyberman won anyway. So we're back on level terms right now, 2-2. Next one was Best Technique, and the winner was the Hakai, which was your pick.
Come on, gotta be.
Yeah, time skip's still cool though.
It's cool, but it's the Hakai.
Yeah.
Come on, Beerus deleting Zamazu. You're not beating that.
It is cool, but you took the lead with that one, 3-2. Next up was Character That Deserves Better. And the winner was Piccolo, which is your pick again. And you're now 4-2 up.
I don't think you agree with that.
I can't remember who my was it.
Yamcha.
Probably. It probably was Yamcha. Yeah. Piccolo's had a lot, hasn't he? He's just had a new form as well. He doesn't deserve better. He's fine right now.
This was before Superhero, to be fair.
True. Yeah, Yamcha, he does deserve better. But this is the first streak. Anyway, you're on a 3 streak yet. Before this, it was just back and forth. So yeah, currently 4-2 to you. I'm not going to keep up with the 4-2, 5-2, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah,
it's too hard to remember. But yeah, next one after that was Best Death, which was Krillin by Frieza. Yeah, blown up from the inside. That was my pick. I'm still happy with that. It was a brutal death.
I forgot how brutal it was, so yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Uh, following that, we had Best Dressed, which was a close one, and the winner was Bad Man Vegeta, which was your pick. I had Post Boy Piccolo. Arguably, the fashion sense of Piccolo was better than Vegeta, but
no, it wasn't. You're not beating Bad Man.
I don't know. He had the jeans, he had the cap. Like, I don't know. Piccolo, Best Dressed.
Bad Man.
You know what? I should have nominated Goku in his suit when he goes to see Gohan's school. That was Best Dressed.
Maybe. Maybe looking clean. He's looking clean.
Yeah, the white suit that he wore for the wedding with Chi-Chi. Could have wore that. That could have been Best Dressed. Maybe would have won. Probably not. People would have voted Vegeta still.
Courts in the Broly film were looking good as well.
Who?
With the courts in the Broly film.
Oh, the court. Ah, yeah, the snow courts. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good look. Yeah, moving on. Next one was Best Character Growth. And the winner was Krillin, which was my pick. I think you had Master Roshi for that one. Because this was the best growth throughout the entire series. So, yeah, I'm still fine with that.
Close one, yeah. But I think, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Next one was Funniest Character. The winner was Whis, which was your pick. I think I picked Mr. Satan for that.
Yeah, you're not beating that.
Nah, I'm not. Fair enough, though. I'm fine with Whis as well. Because I had the pick there. I had first pick because I won the last one. I should have really picked
I can't believe
Whis.
you forgot about Whis.
I think I forgot about him, yeah.
You did.
But it is what it is. Next up was Best Filler Episode, which was the baseball episode. Of course, that was your choice. There was only one real answer. I can't even remember what I picked for that one. I just knew that was going to win.
Yeah. I think whoever had first pick in that one was winning.
Yeah.
Because you were going for that.
Yeah, and since it felt like you got maybe the easiest win in this Hall of Fame.
Easily.
But yeah, next up was the worst self-sacrifice, and the winner was Chaozu, which was me, and that was the beginning of the infamous streak. Which, when looking back through these results, we'll mention the streak quite often that we tied. We both had 6 streaks. No. I miscalculated because this streak here was the beginning of a 7 streak. I actually had the longest streak, and for the longest time, I thought it was only a 6. Yeah. But no, this was the beginning of a 7 streak. Wow, unprecedented. But yeah, Chaozu got the win. Next up was Best Weapon.
That in, didn't you?
I did. I had to mention it. Best Weapon, which was won by the Power Pole. I think you picked Trunks' sword for this one. Yeah.
I wanted to go Power Pole, but yeah, I was second, so I didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. And then after that was Best Z Warrior, which Piccolo won. And yeah, again, my pick. That was the third one in the streak. I think you picked 18 or Roshi or Krillin.
I think I went Krillin, but I wanted Piccolo.
Yeah. After that was Best Universal Character. Well, yeah, just Best Character from a different universe, I guess. And the winner was Kaba. You picked Toppo for this one, which strong choice.
Neither of us pick it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know. It would have been a strong one. He might have won it.
It would have 100% won.
Potentially, yeah. But I went Kaba, you went Toppo. I don't know. I don't know why none of us went Hit. Yeah, I think out of all of them so far, yeah, we never even voted for this person, and they probably would have won. Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. Next up was Weakest Fighter, and the winner of that one was Manaka. Yeah, it was. I think that was a bit of a close one, but yeah, Manaka got the win. Next up was Best Filler Character, and I picked Arale, who got the win. I can't remember who you picked for this one.
Bruce Lee.
Ah, yeah. Fair enough.
Original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, fair enough. And then the final one of the 7 streak is Best Moment in the Tournament of Power, which UI reveal was the winner.
100%.
And yeah, I don't think that was going to be beaten. And that was the end of the 7 streak. So congratulations to me for the longest streak. But following that, we jump into your 6 streak straight away. Like, we were going pretty back and forth all the way up until that 7 streak. And then I had the 7 streak, you had a 6 streak. And then it kind of was mini streaks after that. It was never really back and forth from then on. So I don't know what really happened. But next up was Best Quote. And the winner was "I am the Super Saiyan Son Goku," which was your choice.
Yes,
And
I am.
yeah, for that one I had Vegeta was the scout to say about the power level. It's over 9,000. But yeah, you won.
You're not beating that sentence. Just like,
I'm still a bit surprised I didn't win that one, but fair enough.
it's the sentence though. It's like, it's the defining sentence of Dragon Ball.
It is. But I thought people liked memes. What's going on?
They do enjoy memes, but they enjoy their true Dragon Ball more. Apparently.
Yeah. True stuff. Next up on the list was Best New Character Introduced in Super. And the winner was Whis, which is your choice.
He never fails me, ever.
Yeah. I think this was another one where it was like, whoever goes first, you're picking Whis, and Whis is winning.
Yeah.
I think I went with
Never
Hit
failed.
for that one, but yeah.
Yeah. Never fails.
Nah, he was always going to win that, which, fair enough. Then we had Biggest Mistake, which was Vegeta letting Cell absorb 18, which is your choice. I think I had Krillin not pressing the button. They were very similar.
Yeah, it was almost the exact same thing, really. Like, it could have went either way, almost.
Yeah. But Vegeta got the win on that one for being the biggest idiot. Well, the biggest mistake. Next up was Who Deserves a Solo Film, and the winner was Piccolo, which again was yours.
He got.
Which, yeah, this
basically he got.
Yeah, this Hall of Fame was the week before Super was released, and that was the question we went for, and Piccolo won, and then he got his wish granted straight away. So, fair enough.
Technically, it is his film. Like, I know Gohan gets his transformation, but
that was a Piccolo film.
This is Piccolo's film. Yeah.
I think I picked TN for that one. I wrote a pretty good story arc for that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Next up was Best Moment in Superhero, which was Final Gohan, which is what we named at the time, but it's Gohan Beast now. Just his transformation, I guess. That won the best moment, which was your pick. And then after that, we had Best Transformation in all of Dragon Ball, which was UI Goku, which was your pick, and that was the end of your 6th streak. So, fair play, because the next one, I cheesed it to get the win, and
absolute scumbag. I remember this now.
Yeah, because it was most disappointing moment in Dragon Ball Superhero, and the winner was the lack of Goku and Vegeta, which was my pick, and it won. I scammed a victory out of that one. I can't remember what your pick was now.
It was lack of teen Gotenks.
Ah, yes, that's it. Yeah, but I got the cheap win on that one. End of the streak. But yeah.
Shut up and say the next thing.
Didn't quite hit the high heights of 7, which I get to keep forever now. But next one after that was the next transformation we would like to see. And the winner was Controlled Fury Broly, which was my pick. I think you picked Beerus for that one, like UI Beerus or something like that.
Yeah. I think that one was quite close though, wasn't it?
Right. I think so. I think it was a bit of a close one, yeah. But yeah, Broly got the win, and yeah, I think that's still fine for now. Yeah, Controlled Fury Broly.
Yeah, I think it's also the next expected one, and it falls quite close into what's most anticipated. So the most recent Hall of Fame kind of falls in line.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that kind of the most recent Hall of Fame won, because it makes sense. People want to see it.
Yeah. Next up was the villain that deserved better, and the winner was Raditz, which was my pick. I think you had Frieza for this. Yeah. Which
and he got better. Frieza did get better.
Yeah.
He's got Black Frieza now.
But people like the Raditz, even though he's around for, what was it, 10 episodes? No, it was less than that. 6? 6 episodes and then 3 in Kai? Is that right? Something like that?
6, yeah, like nothing.
But people love Raditz. They voted for him. They deserve better. I agree.
He is the explanation for Dragon Ball Z.
He is. Without him, space monkeys and aliens and everything else wouldn't even exist.
He made it make sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's as simple as that. Like, he's responsible for making it make sense. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. Simple as that.
Yeah, so he does deserve better. Maybe he'll come back. Next up was most overrated moment in all of Dragon Ball, and the winner was Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Just the whole reveal of it, and it generally doing nothing, which is my pick. I can't remember what your pick was for this one.
Vegeta's Atonement.
Yes. I'm kind of surprised that didn't win, to be honest.
Because people love it, even though technically it does nothing, and I defy anybody to prove that it does. Yeah. Even though I love it, don't hate me. I love it as well.
It doesn't really do much.
It doesn't. He doesn't kill Boo. He just dies. It's in. Yeah. And that's the sad part.
Yeah, so that's probably.
It is very, very cool, and he makes a very cool speech and stuff like that, and it's very touching. But he doesn't kill Boo. He just dies.
Yep. R.I.P. Vegeta. Next up was our least voted in Hall of Fame segment, which was the roast battle. And yeah, maybe not the best choice of topic, but whatever. The winner was Piccolo, which was your pick, and I had Mr. Satan in that one. Yeah, didn't do well. not many people were interested in even voting on that one.
They can't all be winners.
It's true, but Piccolo was a winner in that one. Next up was the worst universe in the Tournament of Power.
This was always going to be a winner for me.
Yeah, so Universe 2 was the win, which was your pick.
Brienne and all the girls.
Yeah,
just terrible. I hate her so much.
Yeah, I still agree with that one. Actually, going back to the roast battle one, yes, Piccolo won, but neither of us voted Whis, and Whis would have won, let's face it.
Oh yeah, he 100% would have won. He would have absolutely ruined anybody.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe even Bulma. I think Bulma might have had a good shout in that.
Yeah. I can see her dismantling people.
Yeah, because like we even see it in Superhero as well. Like Bulma and Piccolo's interactions, she's kind of like,
she tears Beerus apart, man.
Yeah, exactly. Bulma could have maybe won the roast battle. But next up was the best arc ending, and the winner was the Cell arc, which was your pick.
Of course, it was.
Yeah, I had the end of OG Dragon Ball, like the King Piccolo arc.
I'm sure yours got a good few votes.
It did. I think this was a close one. But yeah, Cell arc won. Understandable. It's most people's favorite arc, so yeah, fair enough.
It's where people think Dragon Ball Z should have ended, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm not mad about that one. That's fine. Next up was best side character moment in Superhero. And the winner was Vegeta beating Goku, which was my pick. Can you remember what yours was for this one? Best side character moment.
I cannot, actually, off the top of my head.
Never mind. But yeah, Vegeta beating Goku got the win. So everyone kind of liked that point anyway, even though it was post-credits. Does it even count? Yeah, I got the win of that one. Next up was most unexpected moment in Superhero, and the winner was Gohan's Special Beam Cannon, which was my pick.
Wait, I just remembered what mine was. It was Gamma 2 Sacrifice.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you remember what your most unexpected moment was?
Most unexpected moment. It was the Special Beam Cannon. Gohan using Special Beam Cannon, wasn't it?
Was it? I had that down as my pick. Did I check wrong?
Yeah, because I won with it. Sure I did.
Was it? Well, what was my pick in that one then? Because I can't remember at all, and now I'm thinking, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What was my pick? I have no idea. I'm trying to look back now
I think I won with it. Whatever I won with.
Yeah.
What have I put? Remind me.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm trying to find the video now of the podcast episode, and it's gone. it's disappeared off the face of the earth. Which
I'm sure you've uploaded it, Heeroh.
Yeah, definitely. But
unless I'm totally remembering wrong.
Hold on a minute. Yes, wait, that's right, yeah, because most unexpected moment, you had Gohan's special beam cannon, and I had Bulma using the Dragon Balls. But oh my god, that changes everything with the final reveal of the scores, which we'll get to at the end.
Okay. No way, seriously.
Yeah, so alright, so we'll put that one down to you. Wow, okay, that changes everything. Next up, though, there's only 3 left, was Best Filler Moment. And yeah, I've just realised I've messed up the screen slightly. So you would have seen the YouTube analytics there over our face cams, but never mind, we'll continue. Can't fix that now. But yeah, we're back. Never mind, that was me frantically scrolling through YouTube for a minute. But yeah, next up was Best Filler Moment, and that was Goku versus Vegeta, which was your pick. My best filler moment was the interactions between Piccolo and Janet. Which
God love it, Janet.
Yeah.
She actually did very well, to be
fair.
She
did. She held her own.
I thought she was going to get buried, but no, she actually held her corner very, very well.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we had best movie finisher, like finishing maneuver, move, technique, whatever. And that was the Stardust Breaker from Gogeta, which was my pick. And yours was... What was yours again?
Mine was the Goku inhaling the Spirit Bomb.
The punch.
Android, yes.
Yeah, and then finally is the one that we mentioned at the start, most anticipated moment in Super 2, which was Broly's new transformation, which was your pick.
Yeah.
And my god, because of that mistake, because I thought the special beam cannon was my choice, the final results of the Hall of Fame, I can't believe it, I'm actually a bit gutted now. But the final results is 1917.
You had a wonderful little meme for everyone, didn't you?
Yeah.
We had it where, it was going to be, guess what, everyone? It finished 18-18.
Yeah.
But Heero's calculations mean, and what does it mean, Heeroh? I'll let you tell the people.
Wow. It means you win. You win the Hall of Fame. You got the most people into the Hall of Fame. It ended 1917. Wow. I thought it was a tie. Oh my god. But yeah, honorable mention has to go out to Piccolo, who he entered the Hall of Fame how many times? 3 times. He got, what did he get? He got the win of the roast battle. He got deserves a solo film, and he got best Z Warrior, and he got deserves better. He got in the Hall of Fame 4 times.
Not bad.
That's pretty impressive. He's the MVP of the
Hall of Fame.
Dragon Radar Podcast Hall of Fame. Wow. I can't believe
it, my friend.
I am. Just because I wrote down the wrong thing. I thought, we end in a tie, that's quite cool. Like,
yeah.
After 36 episodes, we end in a tie. That's pretty cool, but no.
At least you win. Get the 7th streak.
Huh?
You get the 7th streak.
That's true. I did. I'll wear that with pride. I had the longest streak, but you got the overall win by 1. If I won this week's, it would have been even. But oh well. But that's the end of the Hall of Fame. We're not doing it anymore. It's too difficult to keep thinking of topics. Like, we might get a good one every now and again, but a lot of the time we're really struggling for ideas.
Yeah.
And yeah, we think it's time.
Like, especially with the content. I mean, it might be something we revisit come the new when Super 2 comes out, but I think for now it's just on its last legs a little bit. So we've thought of a new area, haven't we, Heeroh?
We've got a new topic, a new segment that we're going to introduce in the podcast, starting on the next one, which is going to be everything wrong with, which is basically each week we're going to select a character and talk about everything that's wrong with them. And I think this is going to spark a lot of discussions, a lot of debates in the comments, and yeah, a lot of people are going to hate us.
So it's this time is our version of the hot take, really.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just going to be roasting people.
This time people can be angry with us.
Yeah. I hate Goku.
Everything wrong with Goku. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, should we just announce that as the first one? Everything wrong with Goku for next podcast?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Start off with the big dog. Yeah.
So next week,
no more Hall of Fame.
Nope.
Yeah. No more Hall of Fame, but we're going to be roasting Goku, so look forward to that. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Hall of Fame. Hope you enjoyed it, and let us know if you did, because we enjoyed doing it. It was a fun little competition between us.
I enjoyed winning it. Thank you, Weiss. Thank you, Piccolo.
Yeah. I guess now we move on to the final segment of the podcast, which is the hot take.
Let's go.
Hot take.
So this is Hot Take, the final segment of the podcast where we look online, find something controversial regarding Dragon Ball, discuss it, and then everyone hates us in the comments. But this week, I wasn't the one to look for the hot take. Ajoten, you've got it, which means my day is about to be ruined.
Funnily enough, no.
Oh.
It's actually just something I stumbled across and I thought was quite interesting.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's something you just might find interesting to talk about, Heeroh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get in a bit of a rage this week? Oh.
No, I'm feeling kind.
Wow.
I've already ruined your day already by winning the Hall of Fame. So.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, I had to. I couldn't help.
Unbelievable. Fair enough. So, What is this hot take?
So, the take is, and I'm getting this read on my phone. So, the most competent foe in Dragon Ball Z was Dr. Gero. Changed my mind. He was the only enemy that had a laid out plan, knew his opponent, and knew he wouldn't be able to defeat them without Perfect Cell. Everyone else comes in guns blazing and constantly underestimating Goku and Co.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main part of the take. Now, there is a response to it, which is kind of adds to it quite well, actually. It's the first response. And that response is honestly, yeah. Not to mention, this man not only had one plan, but a plan with plans. So first he had himself, aka Android 20. So he changed himself into an android. He then had Android 19. And if that failed, he also had Android 17 and 18. And if those two didn't obey, he had bombs put within them. And if you want to count the movies for them failing, he had Android 13, 14, and 15. That would turn into Super Android 13. Being so strong, Goku needed plot to defeat him.
Yeah.
And if that all went down the drain, he had Cell. Could not only take out the rogue androids, he was designed to absorb them. And they were also so strong that you needed Gohan's plot device to beat them.
Yeah. You know what? That's a very solid take, That's very solid. I like that. That's a good one. It's hard to disagree with.
That he has a lot of contingencies when you think about it.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, he was incredibly well prepared with Cell.
Yeah.
He took all of the DNA of the world's best fighters and had them prepared and put into Cell.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Cell was incredibly well designed.
yeah, I don't think this guy mentioned it, or maybe he didn't. I just was in my own thoughts at the time. But he turned himself into an android as well, so he wasn't as weak as a human.
That's the point in the start where he said he's Android 20, because that's what Dr. Gero is. He's Android 20.
Yeah. It's weird how he didn't just name himself like Android 1.
Yeah. Apparently, I read a note. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but the androids, as they decrease in number, they get stronger. So,
that's true.
Like 19, so like 16 stronger than 17 and 18, and they're stronger than 19 and 20.
That can't be true, because Android 8, Ada, there is no way he is much stronger.
Isn't 8 like ridiculously strong though? Isn't Eta actually just ridiculously strong?
He is strong, but I mean, it's hard to really match power levels when we're talking about an OG Dragon Ball character who doesn't show up again.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just a whole. But I mean, you could take that out as being Dragon Ball. To be honest, you could look at it from a Z perspective.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that 13 and 14 are really stronger than 17 and 18.
Yeah. But 16 is definitely stronger than 17 and 18.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
He manhandled First Form Cell, and 17 and 18 could not beat First Form Cell.
Yeah.
16 decimated First Form Cell. Like, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, it was only when he absorbed 17 that 16 couldn't keep up. So I think it's fair to say 16 is stronger than 17 and 18.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. I can't disagree, to be honest.
I can't disagree. I didn't actually ever really think about it that much, that he had so much in place. But when it's all laid out like that, it's like, yeah, he did really plan. He planned a lot. Yeah,
I mean, I know the films aren't canon, but 13 is really well designed.
Yeah.
When you think about it. He's a strong enemy in his own right, and then he's designed to absorb the other two androids, and he's seriously strong. And it is technically only Plot Punch that allows him to be defeated, really. He is so much stronger than Goku.
Oh, yeah.
So much stronger than Goku.
He broke his balls.
Yeah, in one punch.
Yeah.
He literally
cracked egg frame.
Dr. Gero is very easily capable of creating androids that are so much stronger than the Z Warriors. Now, he didn't want. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that he doesn't want to use 17 and 18 rebelled against Dr. Gero. Obviously, he couldn't control them. Obviously. Now, he was aware of that. He's not stupid. He didn't want to use 17 and 18 because I watched the scene when I read the tape when he activates them. And he actually says, if I didn't have any other choice, I wouldn't activate these guys. Something along that lines. And when he activates them, he's got the nuke switch in his hand.
Yeah.
And he makes sure he sees it because 17 and 18, they activate and they look and they immediately see the nuke switch in his hand. So they play along. And it's only when he's not looking that they kill him.
Yeah.
So he's very well aware that they're rebelling. He doesn't use 16, despite 16 being stronger, obviously just because of the fact that it's his son. So that's the only reason he doesn't use 16, because of his emotional attachment. So he could use 16 quite easily.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's his flaw, is the fact that he's not flawless, but that doesn't mean that he's not competent. It just means that his plan was incomplete.
Yeah, because if you compare to any other villain, Frieza, he didn't really plan for it. Actually, if anything, he was trying to get the Dragon Balls, and all these other people showed up that he wasn't ready for on Namek.
Yeah,
and he was I'm gonna kill everyone.
He just underestimated them. He was like, "I'll deal with you later," and I don't care about you. Just he literally lost because he just underestimated everybody all the time, and he toyed with everybody, and Frieza has lost so many times just because he underestimates people and he toys with the people.
Yeah, because even like when he came back to life, he didn't plan out a strategy. He just, he trained a little bit to unlock Golden Frieza, and then thought, "Yeah, I'm probably strong enough now. Let's go." And
he
nope.
literally couldn't control his golden form, and
Yeah.
Goku actually pointed it out to him. He was like, he knew before Frieza did that he was about to lose the form. He was like, "You can't control this. You're about to lose your power," and
Yeah.
he did. And it's like,
which is his own fault. And
yeah,
apart from that, I don't think there's any other villain who had a plan of action before going in for an attack. Well, actually, Babidi, I guess he knew. He wanted to revive Boo, and he knew these warriors were strong. He had a bit of a plan, and it kind of worked. He did manage to revive Boo, but then his plan went out the window after that.
Boo, he tried to control Boo. He didn't control Boo very well. Boo told him to take a hike. He got sick of Boo. He couldn't control Boo in any capacity, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Babidi didn't have any backup plans. He had one plan, which was activate Boo, and that was it. Whereas Gero had, like I said, multiple plans, especially if you do include the films. I know they're not canon. I'm just...
Even without canon, he had multiple androids. He had Cell. He had himself changed. A lot of contingencies there.
In Trunks' timeline, he was literally successful.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, and he didn't even need Cell.
No.
In that timeline.
I mean, again, that's because of Goku's heart disease.
Yeah.
That played a big part, which is not something that Gero really planned for, I guess. But it happened, so he got helped.
But could Goku have beaten the androids?
Maybe. I don't know. Hard to say.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think that's very hard to say.
Yeah. He is stronger than Vegeta at this point still, and Vegeta in Super Saiyan after the hyperbolic time chamber with Trunks, I guess, was kind of toying with Cell. So I think he could have beat the androids.
Yeah. Yeah, if they could get to the hyperbolic time chamber in time. It depends if the androids would have stopped them getting into the hyperbolic time chamber. But if they blew up the hyperbolic time chamber while they're because what's to stop them blowing up the hyperbolic? If they're hunting for Goku, which is what they were doing with 16.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have just let them chill in the hyperbolic time chamber, would they?
It's true, but I mean, you don't need much time in there. It's like, a year goes by in one day, even if they get half a day.
1 day is a long time.
It is.
Well, I would say 1 day is a long time. They can fight them quite quickly. It depends how much they faff about, really.
Which
I think that's a very tough one to call.
You've got to remember, in the Future Trunks timeline, Trunks grows old. Well, not old, but older. Future Gohan is older as well, and they're still around because the androids haven't killed everyone. So there's a high chance, half a day, a full day of them sneaking off to the time chamber. It could definitely happen.
Yeah, they do like to play about. They messed about in a truck. They drove about in a truck. That's the thing. They toy about way too much.
Yeah.
Future Gohan is enough of a match for one of the androids.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, I think Goku would have beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cell, no. That's the thing. It's but I think that's the thing. I think the point is I would say he's more organized. Gero's more organized than Babidi. Babidi had one plan, and that is just Boo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whereas Gero had contingencies.
Yeah, which worked. I wonder if he had any contingency for 17 or 18 dying before Cell could absorb them. Did he have it where Cell could have absorbed 16? Or himself, maybe?
I wonder what happened if he would have absorbed 16.
Yeah, or even 19? He could have absorbed 19?
But he never did try to absorb 16. And plus, he's just a robot, isn't he? So, Cell needs like biomatter, so I probably wouldn't have done anything.
I guess 16 and Gero though, they could have worked.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that with time, Gero would have beat them, and I think the fact that they went back to him for Superhero, that they reference back to Gero and use Gero's grandson. Is it grandson or great grandson?
Grandson. Yeah.
I think,
which is another contingency. He thought, if I fail, I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna have grandkids, so then they can do it.
But it's kind of an homage to say, like, we haven't forgot about how good he was at this. Like, the fact that it runs in the family is how good he was. That Cell was literally the perfect being.
Yeah.
And like Boo just underestimated. He was just literal chaos. I agree with you. I'm sorry, I just agree.
I have to agree with it as well. It's quite mad to think about, but yeah, Gero was like the hardest working villain. Yeah, he put in the effort.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't successful, and he made mistakes, but he planned. He took his time. He was outmatched, and the good guys did win. But that doesn't mean. But just because you lost doesn't mean you weren't prepared. I think that's the important thing. Just because you lost doesn't mean you weren't well prepared.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I would say he's definitely most prepared. He had lots of contingencies. He made lots of plans. Cell was very, very dangerous. I would say Cell got the closest to doing well. Yeah. I would say Cell was probably the biggest danger potentially.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, it's a tough take to like argue against, but that's what the comments are for.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys disagree and think actually no, Gero was terrible, there's a better villain who did more, then please let us know, because I'm actually really curious, because even through movie villains I can't really think of anyone who truly planned as well as Gero did to win. So yeah, let us know what you think. Do you agree? But that's gonna be a great place to wrap up the podcast, I think. So yeah, I just want to reiterate what I said at the start. We are going through some changes. Yes, we had a week break, but we're back now. We're going to be slowly introducing new things here and there, not all at once and not straight away, but over time we will introduce some new things to keep the channel fresh. So yeah, if you've got any ideas as well for things you would like to see on the channel, let us know. It would help us out in thinking of some new stuff as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for this podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. And other than that, we will see you all next time.
See ya.